Hey guys, how's it going? So, my name is Josue Joseph. I'm from Haiti, so my name is French. That's how you pronounce it, Josue Joseph. But I've, I've, you can call me Josue if you can't say Josue like that, or just JJ. Um, my channel, HearmeRaw. I have Instagram, Twitter under the same name. I'm starting this one because I have finally found like my purpose. I spent 24 years of my life just being completely and utterly lost. And I know there are so many other people that feel the same way, that are not sure what they are here for, or they're not sure what life is supposed to mean, and they're not sure if they can ever be happy. A really sad thing is, like, my own father told me that I will never ever be happy. So I might as well pick a job that will make the most money and deal with it, because you're gonna suffer. Obviously, he was speaking from his own past experiences, and I'm a believer. One of the reasons why I struggle so much in this world is because I'm a believer. I just always felt something was off. I always felt like something wasn't right, like the world didn't make sense. So this channel is here to help others like me that have been lost for a long time, that are looking to find themselves. And the reason why I am out here in nature, in beautiful, beautiful nature, is because nature is how I found myself. When I started coming out in nature, at first I was scared, but in no time, I was going in the woods, hugging trees. It's amazing out here. It's the energy that you get out here. It's like everything in nature makes sense. When you go out in the cities, and especially like Boston, New York even, it's even worse. I compare it to a zoo for human beings. Like, zoos are not good. Like, if you look at the animals there, they exhibit terrible, terrible behaviors that they would not exhibit in the wild. So that shows you that that's not their natural habitat. And when you go into a city and you see humans, social beings, humans, you see them, right? They don't even say hi to each other. There's no eye contact. Everybody's got their headphones in, and they got the noise canceling ones at that, so they're not hearing nothing. They're in their own little world the whole time, never knowing what's going on around them, never being aware of what's going on around them. And we live life like that. I was living life like that. I was working in Boston. I had my Sony noise canceling headphones. I never really talked to nobody. And like, there was one time my phone died, and I was like, what do I do? My phone was dead. Couldn't listen to music, so I'm just sitting there looking at people. And it was so weird. Like, I just felt awkward. But it doesn't have to be that way. We can get back to a world where we can get back to a world where there's surrounded by communities, Like, I live in my community. I haven't done anything. I'm doing things now because I'm finally seeing value in it. When I went to a park in my community, it just inspired me. I was just like, wow, I never knew this was here. And then it was so calming. Whenever I was stressed out, I would come out here. And because of that, I got inspired to know more about my community, to help around in my community, to not be like, just because a lot of people have negative things to say, it doesn't mean it's a bad community. So nature has inspired me to be myself. I have found myself in nature. Nature is like coming home, because we came from nature. Everything in life came from nature. Everything. This camera that I'm recording on, it's only here because of nature. Cell phones, technology, everything. Anything you can think of would not be here if it wasn't for nature. So I am here to inspire people to get back into nature, to find their true selves, to find their purpose, to rediscover their purpose, actually. Because we were born with our purpose, but there's a system in place to make sure that you forget what that purpose is. Because our own personal purposes are not in line with making money. They're not. If we're all purposeful, we're going to be harder to control. We're going to be harder to get to consume and consume and consume. I mean, consumption is a big one, guys. I mean, especially me, I felt so lost and so empty that I was consuming like crazy. I was buying things like that. I never had any money ever. And because of nature, I'm realizing that I don't need all of those things. I don't. Like, I still have my cell phone and my camera, but I'm using it for a good purpose now. It's not just like I have it now and something else comes out, I want it. No, I'm using it to share a message, a very important message. We have stopped living we have stopped living. Depending on where I am, in nature is beautiful. You know, people say hi to each other, it's beautiful. But in the cities and things like that, when I go to places like Walmart, Target, any of those places, nobody's really living. Everybody's so sad. Everybody's so depressed. Everyone's like moving in slow motion. They're no longer living. I can speak from personal experience. I was not in control of myself. I am now a raw vegan. So what I eat all day is mostly fruits. And to get here, I gotta share the story. Actually, I'll share that story later because I don't want to make this video too long. But I am now a raw vegan. It was tough getting here, really tough. I mean, because this is not what they want. This is ultimately not what they want. You can go vegan and they'll go against that, but trust me, there's still money to be made in terms of veganism. But when you go raw, they don't want that. They don't want that at all, because your eyes open up. You realize that there's just so much in this world that we don't need. I have stopped watching TV, playing video games. I don't even watch like movies. I watch like anything. If I'm watching something, it's gotta be like a documentary, something that's gonna help me go forward. I've stopped smoking weed, which I didn't think I would. I mean, I love weed, but I didn't know until I went raw what it was doing to me, until I fully connected with my body and I realized what I actually needed, and I rediscovered my purpose, and that is why I'm here. You know, giving up all the processed foods, hard. I mean, we're surrounded by them, but it is possible. If I can do it, you can do it. Now, this is not to say that you should compare yourself to me at all. We're all different. We're all special in our own ways. But we still are all humans, all came from the same source. And the food is just one of the ways that they control us. And thanks to the food that nature provided me, which is food is also medicine. Natural food is medicine. Thanks to the food that nature provided me and the experience that I've had in nature, I have woken up. I'm no longer sleeping. I am almost in control of my actions. I mean, I'm not 100% yet, but right now, the fact that I can go days without eating cooked foods, without eating junk food, when I used to do those things all the time, I can go days without being depressed. I used to be depressed every day. I just never knew it. So I'm gonna be speaking on a lot of topics on this channel, a lot of important topics that no one else, well, there are other people talking about it, but it just hasn't gone mainstream yet. I still see so many channels out there that are not sharing this message. I have a video on my other channel that said going vegan isn't enough, and I didn't realize that until I went raw. Now, I'm not saying everyone needs to go raw. It would be awesome, but if you can implement more raw foods in your diet, trust me, you'll probably end up going raw anyway. But if you're interested, if you're having troubles with what I just talked about, depression, you know, not knowing your self-worth, if you're constantly putting yourself down all the time, if you're not happy, if you're so tired of living, subscribe to this channel and comment. I'll get back to you. I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you. And I'll have my links to my social media in the description down below. And it's gonna be a start to a beautiful journey, guys. A beautiful, beautiful journey. This journey that we call life, you know? How can we not live it? So many of us are not living it, and I'm here to help you live your life the way you want to, the way you actually want to, not the way that they want you to. It's time to take back control. It's time. It's been too long. The revolution has begun. I'll see you guys on the next one, and keep making those vegan gains.